What's up, people? We're doing tarot readings today, but let me tell you how that works, and then I'll tell you about my life because I'm very excited about it. So, the tarot readings, I am going to be doing like 10 of them. That's what I'm thinking. I may do more, I may do less, depends how I feel, but we're going to start out with 5 slots, and I haven't given you the go-ahead. Once I tell you I have stocked them, you're just going to go to the pinned comment in chat. I also believe that it's in the description of the video if you can't find it, but I will also share the link again once we're ready to go. But I'm going to start with 5 slots, and then once I'm done with that, then in the middle of the stream, I'll add more slots. Most likely I'll add 5 more. So if you guys didn't catch the first one, or if you're late, you still have an option to like get one of these readings. So the readings are going to be $45, and then they're going to be going through Ko-Fi. So again, the link is in the pinned comment and all of that jazz. So how do you do it? How's it going? I'm here, I'm running errands, but I'm here. Hello, everybody. Hello, members. What is up? Very exciting news is I have been on a wait list, and when I say I, the person coming down the stairs put me on a wait list for a puppy.
I just wanted to come say hi. Hello.
They are editing our video for Saturday, so I'm doing the live stream so that I have something
There's
to
a
do.
lot of footage that I'm going through right now.
Yeah, what, like 15 hours?
18 hours.
18 hours.
18 hours of footage. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We went there twice.
Yeah.
That's your hint.
So yeah, hello. It is me. I will be in chat, but I am editing.
Curly fry.
So I just came to say hello. Goodbye.
Well,
I guess I can stay here because you're about to talk about
you giving me a puppy for my birthday.
Yeah.
I'm getting a puppy.
Yeah, we're getting a puppy.
Yeah, so Christmas time is when Ricker put us on a wait list for a puppy.
On Christmas Day.
On Christmas Day. And this woman was like, I'll have a puppy for you in like 4 to 6 months, okay?
I should bring the Muffin Man down here real quick.
Go for it. I'll continue to talk about the story.
So they can see him.
You see how big he is?
Yeah.
So we were on this wait list for a couple months, and then yesterday we wanted to inquire about where we are on the wait list. What is the time frame now? It's been a few months. And we also wanted to tell them, because I'm getting a corgi puppy, I want a corgi puppy with a tail, because I don't think it's necessary to cut body parts off your dog before you get them. I'm not judging you if you do that, because it's hard to get a corgi without with a tail. So I inquired. I was like, can I get one with a tail? Is that a possibility? And she was like, oh, I have one right now with a tail that I was thinking about offering to you. This is Azriel.
This is Azriel.
This is our kitten from
Look at how big he
our
is.
initial video on Smoke and Mirrors.
He's never been down here before.
No, I think you brought him down here once.
No. You haven't brought him down here. He's only been in videos. He's never been in stream.
Yeah, but I feel like he's been down here once. I don't know.
No, I haven't brought him down here.
This is the Muffin Man. We call him the Muffin Man because he likes to make biscuits. He runs the bakery here.
Mm-hmm.
But he's big now.
He's very big. He's trying to chase tofu.
Corgis are the best. They are the best.
But anyways, I'm actually going to go edit now.
Okay, have fun. I'm going to tell people about our future dog because I'm excited. So we asked this lady if we can have a dog with a tail, and she literally was like, I don't know why, but I docked every other dog except for this one, and she just so happens to be one of your requests of, I want a blue merle and I want a female. She is a girl, blue merle, and potentially a fluffy, because her mom's a fluffy. She's 2 weeks old, she looks like a potato, and she's freshly hatched, and I can't think about anything else because I'm excited. We need a kitty vlog. Listen, we're going to have that. Because I think we want to do a video on, and this is a spoiler for you guys, we're gonna do a video on familiars when we go and get the puppy. Shh, secrets. And if you want to follow that, I think the Nightbot will give you the link for that. Go follow us on Haunted Smoke and Mirrors as our vlog channel, and you can watch us go pick up puppy and talk about familiars, because we think Azrael is one of our familiars, and potentially this puppy, where we're going to talk about what familiars are and all that shit. So, but this puppy, I have pictures. Hold on. Let me show pictures of it. Hold on, I gotta find it in here. It's been a second. And when I say a second, it's been from yesterday. Okay. This is Puppy. That's what she looks like. Isn't it cute? So, yeah, there you go. There's the link. If you want to follow our vlog channel, we're planning on doing puppy and kitty content later. But this puppy is like 2 weeks old. So they go home at 8 weeks, I believe. So in 6 weeks, we'll have a little cute little potato running around, and we'll know if she's a fluffy or not. So, freshly hatched. Is that a Maine Coon? I just got one and getting another in a few days. Yes. I've wanted a Maine Coon since I was a little kid. So, like, become a big adult and spend my adult money on animals. Specific animals. So, we got him. He's a Maine Coon cat. And we got him from a breeder, so. But yeah, who's interested in some readings? There's 31 of you here. So let me give you guys a chance. So let me explain again. If you guys are interested in readings, there's a link at the top of chat. I'm gonna give you the link again. This is our Ko-Fi. I'm going to stock 5 right now, and then in the middle of the live stream, I will stock some more. So if you miss out on this one, you'll have another chance in like an hour or two, an hour and a half. Usually readings are about 15 minutes long, so if I'm doing 5 of them, it's usually like an hour and a half-ish. So, ready, set, I'm gonna hit the button. Are you guys ready? Okay, go. Save change. So, there should be 5 in there for you guys. And now I have to remember how to use this. They're $45, so if you're interested in a live tarot reading, make sure to follow that link. And I will figure out how to get to orders. Fantastic. Sorry, I'm looking at all the things that are happening in here. It's very confusing. But anyways, I'm going to be using, oh, thanks, R. James. Love one, but no funds. Gotta support this way. Dude, we appreciate it. Either way, it works for us. Really helps the Taco Bell fund, you know? I really can't get over that. Like, every time we start a live stream, Amanda's like, here's for Taco Bell. You need to fund your Taco Bell experience. And we're like, you're right. The Taco Bell fund. Yeah, so I'm gonna use my Starman tarot deck. I'll give you potentially the link for that if I can find it on here at Amazon. I think it's in my kits on Kitco. So if you guys are interested in the deck that I'm using while you guys are typing away, I'll give you the links to the decks that I have. Okay. So the deck is in here. And then let me switch. That's the wrong one. Here we go. So this is the deck. These are the backs of the cards. They're very, very colorful and very, very like psychedelic. But they're fun to use on stream. So if you guys are interested in readings, let me know. Let's see if we have any. Alright, first one is Jam Jam. And if you are in chat, Jam Jam, let me know. And let me know if you have a specific question you would like the tarot reading to be about. Oh, what's up? You added socials? Fantastic. I'm here. Do you have a specific question? I would like a general love reading, please. Communication is important to me, so I'd like some guidance relating to that. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for everything you do. First question I like to ask with love readings are you in a relationship now? Because I suck at timeline things. So they'll tell me about people that you can potentially be in a relationship with, but I have a hard time knowing if it's past, present, or future. Yes, you're in a relationship now. Okay. So we are talking about a general love reading. Okay, so Seven of Pentacles tells me that there's a lot of, like, long-term rewarding success. There's a lot of long-term planning for it. And the Nine of Wands says that compromise is important. They want me to say, they make me feel like you guys are very stubborn, and it's very hard for you to know, like... And let me turn this off. Maybe you can hear me better, too. I had the heater on for a while. But Nine of Wands is kind of like, there's a lot of stubbornness involved in things, in trying to get your point across, because they make me feel like sometimes when you are communicating with things, the person feels attacked instead of how the words are being received. Because they're like talking about when someone talks about their emotions to someone that has dealt with a lot of trauma and a lot of like almost like emotional abuse, or like someone that uses their emotions against someone else, they will take someone that is being very open and honest and vulnerable as an attack, like a personal attack on them. Because they're making me feel like sometimes when you have conversations with them, it's like you're just explaining your emotions because you want to be heard, you want them to know what's going on, or vice versa. And when they are explaining their emotions, or when you're explaining your emotions, it feels like they're attacking you because of how they feel, when in fact they just want you to understand how you are impacting them. Does that make sense? Because that's what this card is making me feel like, in the sense of the communication needs to go beyond the like stubborn idea of, oh, this person is trying to hurt me, and instead being like, I need to understand this person. And they said, yes, I feel that way. Okay. That goes into a lot of repressed emotions. So again, that goes into a lot of traumatic, experiences that you've had in the past where people actually use their emotions to hurt you and to make it, I don't know. There's a difference between talking about your emotions versus, trying to manipulate people with your emotions. And it's very much like, oh, well, you should just do this because we've known each other for this long. Or like, you should just do or agree with what I say because we have this emotional tie. That's like more manipulative versus saying, I feel this way because of the actions that you have happened, like that you have done, sorry. That is more so, I want to work on the relationship with you, and that's not a like manipulation tactic. So there's a like, it's hard to differentiate that when you've experienced a lot of trauma, and that's where that Moon card comes from. Prince of Pentacles, that's Knight of Pentacles. This is going to They make me feel like there's a lot of hard work with that, but it's very productive. It's just going to happen very slow. Because Knight of Pentacles is very much like things are going to happen by the book in a very logical sort of way. But it's going to get done the way that it needs, just very, very slowly. Very slowly and intensely. Three of Wands reversed. Sorry, they're telling me things that are kind of different than the card itself, because they make me feel like that card in reverse is a lot of like stagnation, but they're like, this is not a negative thing, it's a positive thing, because you need the pause to look inward at what you guys both want, and not in a like, because they like make me feel like they're talking about your viewpoints of your future, because they make me feel like that's what we're talking about. That's why this card is first. The Seven of Pentacles is long-term reward or success. That's how this relationship looks in the future. So they're like, you need to look inward and be like, is what I want to do with my life going to fit in line with what this other person wants to do with their life? And am I being true to myself of this is what I want to do, and I'm not being swayed by this other person because I just want the relationship to work? It's very much like with this card, they're like, you need to figure out what your future looks like for yourself. What is going to make you feel fulfilled? And that's when you talk with a partner and be like, this is what I need to feel fulfilled in my life. How can we make this happen? How can we grow together? And they need to be like, this is what I want in my life. How can we do this? How can we grow together? And instead of like trying to like skew both of your futures together and like compromise your own future, you need to talk to this other person and be like, I need this in my life to feel fulfilled. I don't want to like take pieces away in order to follow you around in your future. I need to be my own individualistic self. That's what this is talking about. But that's going to take time. And that needs to be very much like looking inward and being like, am I compromising something that's important to me? Right. We've been in a relationship for a long time, so we kind of go along with what the other wants because we both want the other to be happy. Yeah. Long-term relationships a lot of times will do that because, again, you also get very comfortable doing that. And it's very much like you understand what the person wants out of you, wants out of the relationship. So sometimes we like put on a mask or try to fit a mold, and that's where things get kind of like confusing because you're a human person that is very dynamic. You're going to change. The mold is going to change, and you need to allow it to, because sometimes when you're in a long-term relationship, you get stuck on the idea of things need to be this perfect relationship. Everything needs to go smoothly. And that sways our vision of, I also need to live my life truest to myself. And this other person is supposed to accept and bring those things out and vice versa. And that's how you stay on an equal playing field with your partner. Three of Cups, that is bringing people together in an emotional standpoint. They make me feel like once you start looking inward, you're going to start realizing different emotional things that are important for you, and you'll be able to have more vulnerable conversations together because it'll be more clear of how you're changing. Because they make me feel like because you've been in a relationship for so long, it's like you have a preconceived notion of who this person is, but this person is dynamic. They're always changing. So they're like, once you start doing this, you're going to realize that you have changed as well. And that is going to allow you to be more open with this person and being like, this is how I feel about the relationship. How can we move forward? And then Nine of Cups is like wish come true. Because once you start living for yourself, I feel like the other person's going to do the same thing. It's going to be very positive. Nine of Cups is like wish come true. It's very satisfactory. Oh gosh. Okay. Okay. Five of Swords. Okay. Five of Swords reversed. They make me feel like there's going to be a lot of inner conflict of, they want me to say within yourself. because it's going to go against a lot of the things that you have been doing. Sword cards usually deal with truth, and fives are conflict. So it's very much like you're fighting in your head about what that looks like, and it's going to cause a lot of loss in your life. Literally 3 fives, 5, 5, 5. Fives deal with instability. So once you start accepting yourself, this person is going to be there to help with that, but it's very much like a lot of things are going to go through your head and you're going to change a lot of stuff, because they make me feel like you're being very like quiet and like putting yourself in a box. Does that make sense? But 3 fives in a row make me feel like there's a lot of things in your life right now that are not aligned to you, and that's going to go away very fast. I've been feeling conflicted more recently. I just don't want to only project my feelings onto them. Yes, that makes sense. Yeah, they make me feel like you need to figure out why you feel like you need to be in a box. Because they make me feel like you're compromising things about you. And once you stop doing that and start standing up for yourself, it's very much like it will be very good. But it's going to cause a lot of hard, painful change, because 5 of Swords is fighting with truth, 5 of Pentacles is loss, and 5 of Cups is hard emotions, painful emotions. Ace of Wands, and then once that starts settling, you're going to start getting more opportunities. But this Ace of Wands is like, you're not sure what to do now. It's kind of like you're going to have a reset, a very big reset, and it's going to be very uncomfortable. So Ace of Wands is going to be, what am I going to do now? Because your future is going to be entirely different. Also, give me a second. My mic is really having a good time. I don't know if I'm too loud for you guys, but I'm going to turn down the gain a bit. Ugh, I'm being slapped with the truth, but I completely understand. Hi, Jasmina. What's up? Welcome to our tarot spread reading. So if you guys missed the beginning, we are going to restock the readings in the middle in case you guys are interested. Okay, 2 of Cups is my marriage card. This is a very, very positive card for couples. And then Princess of Wands is Page of Wands. That is like, this is when you're going to start figuring it out. And there's this other person that is going to help you do that. And it's very much, they make me feel like there's a wall between you and this other person right now. And it's very frustrating. And I don't know if it's like causing like issues, but it's just this like frustration of, who are you and why aren't you being that person? Because they're like, once you are comfortable with figuring out that, things are going to be so much better, but it's not going to feel like that until the reset's over. It's going to feel very like lost, confused. I don't know what I'm doing. It's going to feel a lot like that. But this 2 of Cups and Page of Wands is very much like, you have endless possibilities. You're going to start figuring out what you want. Let me turn this down some more. These cards are sick. Thanks. Not too loud. It's good, by the way. Love these cards. Okay, great. Because it just keeps showing me that's peaking, but I don't know if that's actually happening on YouTube, so... 10 of Pentacles is you're reestablishing stability. Queen of Cups is you need to go with the flow and not be so emotionally tied to the things that you once had. This is going to be a lot of uprooting. And they make me feel like this person, once you start accepting yourself, is going to be on board. But again, I also want to clarify future things can change, but they make me feel like this person's kind of waiting for you to figure it out. Because once you are like, oh, I get it, that's when things are going to start happening for you. Do you have questions? while you answer, I also am thinking about doing more readings this week, and not just tarot readings. I'm thinking about maybe doing like some charm readings, potentially spirit guide readings, because I want to do like 3 live streams. I'm more feeling frustrated at myself. Does the other person feel like I'm putting extra pressure or expectations on them? They make me feel like it's not necessarily like that. They're more so worried about what's happening with you. Because they make me feel like there's just a wall of... They make me feel like it's mostly in a sense of you. You feel like there's something you have to say, but you don't know what it is. And it's pissing you off and making you very, like, tight, frustrated, whatever. And this other person knows that that's happening. So it's not like you're putting too much extra pressure or expectation on them. They're just kind of waiting for you to figure out what it is you're about to say. And whatever it is that you're about to say is in association to you, like, coming into your own. It's very much coming into who you are. Because it's kind of like, I don't know if you've ever watched, like, Avatar: The Last Airbender, when Zuko has his metamorphosis and he figures out who he is and he's actually the good guy and joins the good guy forces. It's kind of like that, in the sense of you're learning who you are, and it's a huge change in your life. What are charm readings? Charm readings, I have the bag over here. So it's a casting reading, so I have a whole bunch of charms inside of this little bag. And each one of these charms have a different meaning. So I will throw this out in front of me, and how they lay out and touch each other is going to indicate different things about your life. So I can tell you about your love life, and it's very like overview type thing. So I can tell you about your love life, how your gifts are, how things like interact and touch different aspects of your life. So that type of thing. How can I become aware of what it is I actually want? Sorry, I'm asking your spirit guides, because there's like, usually when that happens, there's like something. Okay, that's all I need. 8 of Pentacles is a lesson that you need to learn. So they make me feel like something is going to happen that's going to give you the lesson that's going to start pushing things forward, and then things will start being clear. But right now you're going to feel trapped until you accept that. It's not something you're going to see coming. But they make me feel like there is some sort of like decision, some sort of action that's going to happen that is very much like you. This is what you want. Doesn't matter what anyone else says. And once that happens, you won't go back on it. And it's very like, very deep and near to your soul. And once that non-compromisable thing happens, you'll start compromising yourself in a lot of different ways. Since you're on the tarot topic, can you guys do another star sign murder mystery? That would be hilarious. We could definitely look into that. It also just like blows my mind that you know about that. Is this time the start of it? Since I've been feeling more like that recently. Yes. They make me feel like there's this like frustration that's happening, and then something will change, and it's something that almost feels unexpected, but also like you've been waiting to do it. And I don't know what that is, and I feel like if I tell you, it will ruin it. So, but I'm going to move on to the next reading, which is, I think your name is Rain or Rainy. Let me know if you're in chat and what your chat name is. Do you have a question? Let me know what your question is. That's a better idea. Gotcha. Thanks so much. No problem. Taurus doesn't do anything. We just over here eating and being in bed with comfy pillows and blankets. Unless you tell a Taurus that they're wrong. If you tell a Taurus and they're wrong, they might get up. Rainy, are you here? Let me know what your question is. Hopefully that's how you say that. Let me know. Oh man, all true. Okay, hi. I want to know about me starting a new career. I'm done with work for my family and wanted to do things I love, but not sure exactly what I should be doing. Okay, career reading. Can do. Okay, Princess of Cups, Page of Cups. You don't trust in yourself. You don't trust things. You have a Prince of Pentacles. You feel like things have to be very perfect. I'm done with work for my family and wanted to do things I love, but I'm not sure exactly what I should be doing. Yeah, they make me feel like you don't trust yourself to do it. You're worried about failing, and you feel like everything has to be perfect before it happens, so it kind of like stops everything from going. And then the Death card, you're kind of avoiding this big change. You need something to come to an end. They want me to say you need to cut ties with something before you're able to go to the next path because it's holding back. You know the answers and you know how to go on this path, but you stop yourself because you know so much about it. Does that make sense? It's kind of like you're all talk, no action about it because you know how hard it is to do. So you're worried about doing it wrong. It's rain with a silent E, but call me anything you want. Well, I'm glad I got it right the first time. So, the Lovers card. Sorry, I'm asking them what that's an association to. Five of Wands. They make me feel like that might be association to someone or some sort of duality that's going to help bring you into that, but there is a lot of conflict from other people saying you shouldn't do that because of one reason or another. There's just this feeling of, well, it's not a typical, like, career move. It's not something that's super easy, and that is going to eventually cause you to take the leap. So we have the Death card here. Death card here first is reversed, so you're trying to avoid it. And then this person, whoever this is going to come in and say, well, why aren't you doing this? This is something that makes so much sense for you. Why aren't you doing it? And you're going to say, well, because everyone says I shouldn't be doing this. It's not going to make me stable. It's not going to make me happy. And they're going to be like, why do they know over what you have to say? And then you do it. Tower card, chaotic change. Yes, makes sense. I've been told I should be in spiritual work, and gifts, not sure what they are. Not sure what the gifts are. I can tell you that. Let me see. They make me feel like your spiritual gifts are very much like, first off, clairaudience. They want me to say it's a combination of clairaudience and clairsentience. When people talk to you, you can feel and understand what they're going through without them having to explain everything. They can say like 5 words to you and you just immediately know what's going on because you can feel all of the emotions in association to what they are saying. Okay. Okay. Okay, Queen of Swords. Alright, so they make me feel like you know what you want to be doing. You are very good at it. With this Emperor card, you're very much like, you're the one sitting at the throne on it. You are very good at it. But the Queen of Swords, you have a lot of emotions about why you can't do this. Because Queen of Swords is usually like being unapologetically yourself. But when it's upside down like this, there is some sort of emotion that is skewing you and you're being influenced by that. And then Seven of Swords is very deceitful. This is other people coming in and telling you can't do that and you believing that. And the Hierophant, the reason why you believe it is because it's very niche, very weird. Like, non-traditional job, so you're like worried something's gonna happen that you're not gonna be able to handle, because they're like, you have a lot of knowledge about how to do it. It's the experience of what happens if it goes wrong. I don't know what to do at that point. Sorry, they just keep talking about new things. So, Nine of Wands is like, how are we going to overcome this? Yeah, that's it. King of Cups. Oh gosh, okay. They make me feel like you're not going to be able to feel like... Okay, they want me to say it doesn't matter what you do. However, if you don't follow your heart, you're going to feel like you are putting yourself in a box. They're like, this is very important. This King of Cups reversed is like, you're trying to control your emotions about it instead of like truly feeling the passion around this. Because they're like, this is so important to you and no one else gets that, that you almost like don't understand it yourself. Because a lot of people are like, well, you shouldn't be doing this because you're going to be unstable your whole life. And you're like, well, that makes sense. That makes logical sense. But I don't know why I can't get it out of my head. So it's like, you are being swayed by them because you think that they are technically right. But when you are doing something that is so aligned to you, it will be more successful than what they realize, because they are not aligned to it, you are. And that's why it makes sense, and that's why you can't let it go, because it's something that you're so tied to. And this Four of Wands is very much like, you need to stop trying to fit in with people, because that's the thing that's taking away you and taking away like your soul. They make me feel like it's taking away a lot of your like individuality. And then King of Wands is like taking away your ideas, making you confident about putting your ideas out there. Oh gosh, okay. These are a lot of cards. Okay. It's killing me, to be honest. Yeah. I'm an Aries, and I'm going to tell you my opinion. I would just do it. I mean, look at what I'm doing. I talk to dead people for a living. So, it is possible. There's a lot of different avenues. You do not need to do the avenue that I am doing, because I did it through YouTube. You can do it in a lot of different ways. It's just finding the way that fits you best. So, this is going to be overcoming a lot of that. Two of Pentacles is you're trying to prioritize things, and things are not going to work out the way you think they are, because they're like, you are carrying a lot of heavy things that are making it hard for you to do this. So they're like, you need to reprioritize. You need to prioritize the things that are weighing you down and getting rid of those. You don't need those. You need to figure out how you're going to create a path or direction for this, because this Ace of Wands reversed is you have a lack of direction. You have a lot of ideas, not sure what to do with them. What's up, Pyro? How's it going? Seven of Wands is a like persistence. It's going like standing up for yourself, standing your ground, because this is a hard thing to do, but it's like you need to learn to pivot a lot. It is very much like wherever the river takes you in this sort of career, you go with it. And it's very much, when I say that, it's your alignment is going to change a lot. You have to reinvent yourself a lot. And it's because you're choosing the path. It's not like you're in a corporate job where the person, your boss, is going to choose the path for you. You have to figure it out. Queen of Pentacles, the universe will provide to you as long as you fall in line with it. This is a very feminine card they're talking about. So it's like, you are going to build the boat, but you have to go with the current, and you have to go with where the river is placed. You can't just go straight to the ocean because there's land in the way. So they're like, when you start doing this, you need to also plan the pivot. There's going to be a lot of like going around obstacles as if you are a boat in a river. You can keep the same idea, but it's going to change over time based upon where it is. King of Pentacles. They want me to say new ideas of stability are going to come into place, so your idea of stability needs to change. When this card's reversed, it's kind of like you're doing things for the wrong reasons, and that's going to make things hard. And then your last card wants to be sideways with the Six of Wands, and the Six of Wands is talking about, this is usually like the difference between success versus failure. They're like, you need to not think about failure as a failing or like we have to stop doing stuff, because that is going to skew a lot of the things that are in your life. So this was mostly in reverse. This is the thing that will get in the way. If you think the river's not going to go to the ocean, you're going to do things that are not necessarily going to help you in the future. If your eyesight is at the ocean, we are going there no matter what, then you have more of that drive to get there. But if you're always worried about failure stopping you, that's going to cause you to do things for money. That's going to cause you to do things you don't want to do. And that's going to change the course of your career. So they're like, this Six of Wands reversed is very much like you need to not be focused on failure as the end, but failure as a pivot. Does that make sense? Do you have questions? Let me shuffle those in because that was a lot of cards. Queen of Pentacles, that's me. Yeah, I view Queen of Pentacles as Mother Nature, provider energy, which I think is funny. Okay. While you answer, I'm going to pull the next one. But let me know if you have questions. And while you answer, we'll have Bloop go next. And I should tell you the order. The order will be Bloop, Nicole, and then Franz. And Rain says, how do I make my gifts stronger and connect with my own guides? I'm trying. Sorry, they're telling me about clairaudience. So the first thing that I should explain is what makes it a lot easier is when you try to do things based upon how you think. So understanding the way in which you think on a daily basis is going to help you understand how your gifts work. So for me, I started doing this and I was like, oh, you're only a psychic medium if you see things. So when you see things, that makes it easier. So if I'm a psychic medium, I need to force myself to see things, and that never worked for me. That stunted my growth. So the second I started being like, oh, I'm actually claircognizant, I get a lot of just thoughts out of nowhere, I need to think about those and understand that that is information. So they're like, you need to understand that you get a lot of auditory information. So talking things out, either in your head, outwardly, and like speaking outside of your head or to someone or just to yourself, hearing it is going to help you interpret the information, because they're like, sound turns into a lot of like feeling information. Our James with the gifted members. Jen, what's up? Welcome to, I believe you go to Scooby Snack. We appreciate it so much. But they make me feel like it's like focus on the emotions of words, or like listen to music, focus on the lyrics and how it makes you feel. If you have questions for your spirit guides, listen to music that is associated to the feeling that you're feeling or the question that you have, and they'll help you to interpret it by listening to music, that sort of thing. Because they're like sound. You're focusing on a lot of other things, but not so much the sound aspect. Does that make sense? And then while you answer, I don't think you have responded yet. Bloop, are you in chat? If you are, will you give me your question? Because you are next. Yeah, we really need to get you some more emotes. But we got 4 emotes. Now that you are in Scooby Snack, you have access to them. Ghost. Bloop, hi, I just need general advice because I'm stressed, if that's okay. Life is hard. Sure, we can do a general reading for you, no problem. I love music and sound. I connect so much to it. Thank you, M. Seriously so helpful. And that's from Brain. No problem. Glad I was able to help. So, Bloop. Oh gosh. We are doing a general reading on general advice. They want this card to be sideways. So we'll do 9 of Swords. There's a lot of anxiety and fear. There's too much going on. You don't know what to do. You don't know what direction to go in. And you're worried about not being fulfilled. Oh gosh. They want me to say you're worried about being strayed. Sorry, I just like had a... They're talking about how you think you're going to be swayed off your path. That's the World card. The World card usually deals with fulfillment. What's up, Candy? Thank you for the super chat. Also, your sticker is cute. 5 of Pentacles. They make me feel like you're worried about fulfillment because you have experienced a lot of loss, but you're in the process of like recovering from that and feeling better, but it leaves a scar. You're still healing from the trauma of loss. And everything still feels a bit out of whack and unbalanced. That's why it's creating a lot of anxiety. The 6 of Pentacles reverse is like you're doing too much. Nothing is balanced. You can't pour from an empty cup. Stop giving so much. Four of Wands. You're trying too hard to fit in. You feel isolated. They make me feel like you feel isolated because you're trying to fit in with the wrong people. Those people don't understand you. And you 4 of Cups. You are trying, they want me to say you need to look for opportunities in different places. 4 of Cups is like, you're very focused on like the typical opportunities that you get, but you're being offered opportunities behind you that you need to turn around and look, because they're like, you are trying to fit in. You're trying to fit a mold, and that's not going to make you happy. So it's kind of like, for example, for me, they're telling me in this way, I'm autistic. I went to school to be a graphic designer. I went to a corporate job, had a big cushy job at a corporate job doing graphic design. And it absolutely was not the best fit for me because of the way that I think. I need to have a lot of different tasks. I can't do the same mundane task all the time. So they're like, you need to understand that you don't fit in with everyone else. That mundane way of thinking, that like neurotypical way of thinking, it doesn't fit in line with you, but you're trying to make it that way. So they're like, you need to look for opportunities. You need to look for other people, everything else that fits and accepts to you, that can relate to you, instead of trying to relate to everyone else that do not accept you and do not get you. And that's when you will truly be on the path. That's what the Star card is. This is like destiny. This is path. This is where you want to go. And it's having faith you'll get there. Makes a lot of sense. I just dropped like half the cards on the floor. Makes a lot of sense. I just have a hard time to find motivation. Okay, we're good. All right, Ace of Pentacles. Okay, this is an opportunity coming your way. I need to take my ring off. This is an opportunity coming your way. It makes you a bit nervous, but you need to take the leap of faith with the Fool card. And then we have the High Priestess. You're going to be worried again. We have the High Priestess reverse. You're like not listening to your intuition about things. And You're worried that it's going to be the wrong thing for you, or that you're going to do something wrong and it's going to cause chaos. Because there's like, they make me feel like there's a lot of options that you can do, and the options are overwhelming. Cards dropped to the floor, literally me. So, Two of Swords is you're trying to figure out which way you want to go. And they're like, you're going to have multiple opportunities, and it's going to be overwhelming because you don't know which one you want to do, because there's a clear, like, one that you want to do, but you're not sure if you can do it, if you're good enough to do it, if, like, it's worth it, like, a whole bunch of other reasons. And that's when you're going to start figuring out who you are. So the Alien is the Hermit card, and that is very introspective of you, and that's something that you have to figure out yourself, not what everyone else says or thinks about it. And you're going to resist going through this transformation of self because you are still holding on to the things that make you feel secure, but are in actuality holding you back. So they make me feel like, because you said, makes a lot of sense, I just have a hard time to find motivation. They make me feel like the motivation is kind of like, it feels like executive dysfunction of like, there's so much to do, I can't start. So it's not that you don't have the motivation, it's that you are sort of in a freeze moment. So it's kind of like you need to figure out, which makes sense with the Two of Pentacles, you need to figure out what your priorities are. Because right now you're staying with the things that are making you comfortable. And the thing is, it's an illusion. Because those are the things that are making you freeze as well. So once you are able to realize this is what you want, and it does not matter how you do it or what you do, that it's going to continue to push you forward. It's like a little bit of progress. Each step, it doesn't have to be like earth-shattering, is going to push you forward. And that's when you're going to start realizing all of those like self-limiting beliefs that made you feel comfortable in the past were actually weighing you down, were actually the things that were preventing you from having the quote-unquote motivation. Because I don't think it's a motivation issue. I think it's a like executive dysfunction issue. Like, you don't know what to do because it's so much pressure. It's terrifying to start things that I want to start. Yeah. No, I understand that. It's kind of like changing things it's like blank page. When people talk about starting a new, like, painting or whatever, blank page syndrome, where you're like, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to start, there's too much white page, like, I don't know what to do, I'm gonna screw it up, that sort of thing. They make me feel like you're going to be working through a lot of heartbreak. When I say heartbreak, this is a truth card that is associated to you and your truth. It's kind of like accepting your full identity. They're like, you're going to start doing that, and that's when you're going to start realizing who you are, because this is the stuff that you're holding on to because it makes you feel comfortable. They make me feel like it's kind of like when something like really bad happens, you like sort of replay it in your head, like in a maladaptive sort of way, like over and over and over again. Like if you got in a fight with your friend, you like read the text messages over and over and over again. Even though it hurts you, you just do it over and over again because it's hard for you to understand, because it's a complete and utter like the opposite of your truth and the opposite of like how you view reality. So it makes you feel almost like you're not here, like dissociated. So they're like, that Three of Swords, you are like in a state of dissociation. So once you are able to like realize that this is the like quote unquote comfort thing that you're doing, and that this in fact is holding you back, that's when you can start seeing your future. Do you have questions? And they say, OMG, yes. I lose myself in bad memories. Yeah. Because they're like, you keep telling yourself that you're like not good enough, that you shouldn't be doing these things, And that's the thing that's, like, preventing you from doing that. Like, preventing you from going forward. So, do you have questions before I move on to Nicole? And Nicole, get ready, because I can see you. Will you give me your question in chat? You're not alone in any of this. Yeah, you're not alone at all. I deal with this a lot, which is why it's, like, very easy for me to explain. So basically just do it and stop worrying. It's going to be a lot harder than that. It's going to be very much a, understand your trauma and why you're doing that, and then try to look at the things that you want so dearly and being, like, putting yourself into it. It's kind of like, they want me to say, when people think about manifestation, they, like, write their life out the way they want it to be in the future. They, like, write it in present tense. Like, I have a multi-million-dollar house, and I have my dream job, and I'm doing this. They're like, you need to view yourself as someone that can do those things. And they're like, it's going to take a long time, but those are the things that you need to break out of. So it's not a, like, just do it sort of mentality. It's a figuring out why you can't do it. Why are you in this freeze? Why do you feel like you have reasons why you can't do it? Because once you get through that and leave those behind, you're going to start seeing things more clearly and understanding that you are worth it and you do have the ability to go with your dreams. So, Nicole, let me know what your question is. That makes sense. Thank you so much. No problem. Easier said than done. Yeah. That's why I was like, oh no, I need you to understand that that's not just going to, like, flip a switch. Like, that is a lot of, like, hard things to get through. I can see you. That's intimidating coming from me. No, I just can see your name. I feel like I'm being pulled to something, but I don't know what or where or how to start or focus. What do you mean? Being pulled towards something. I feel like I'm being pulled to something. I can just read on that if you would like me to. But I'm just interested if you mean you're being pulled to something, like, in a career aspect or in a, like, whatever aspect. Because your first answer is you have all of the resources and talents to go with the flow of that, but you feel like you can't because you feel like the only way to do something is to put all of this hard work and energy in it, and if it's just given to you, you, like, cheated or you got lucky. But the universe has been telling you where to go for so long that you just need to follow the current. But most people are like, well, if I want good things, I need to go upstream because I'm putting all this hard work and energy into things. So that means I'm going to get everything that I want. But if you go with the current, you're going to go to the ocean and you're going to go to the things that you are aligned to, and you're going to do it a lot faster because you're going with the current instead of against it. So whatever you're being pulled towards, you have the ability to go to it. Whatever that means, because that is the first thing that came out. Is the Starman, which is the Magician, and the Queen of Cups. How do you read a card sideways? So this is a question or action. So tarot cards, they can be read upright and they can be read in reverse. So each one of those meanings, the upright and reversal, are the two sides of the question or decision that you have to make. So for this is the Queen of Cups. This card, usually when it's upright, it deals with, like, going with the flow and that sort of thing. The reversal of the meaning is when you have the more, like, negative or reversal feminine characteristics coming into play, which is kind of like you have your heart over your head, you're doing things illogically, that sort of thing. So it's kind of like the decision of, like, are we going to go with the flow or are we going to get stuck in our head about things? That's what this card means sideways. Hopefully that makes sense. My bangs are, like, very short. I got a haircut, that's why my hair is straight. But, you know, Two of Swords. You have a decision that you have to make. This is going to be different than whatever you're being pulled towards is very different than what you were expecting. That was good. I guess maybe we can call this a general reading because those first two cards were good confirmation cards. Yeah, like you don't have to tell me. I'm just nosy. But Two of Swords makes me feel like this is a very different direction for you. So you're weighing your options. You're not sure. My whole life feels sideways. Dude, fucking same. Especially now. Dealing with all this, like, reset BS. Especially with eclipse season anyways. Ace of Wands. You don't really have a direction. They want me to say on either path. So this is two paths. You don't really have a direction on either one of them, which is why you're not certain about either path. Well, then I dropped a card. Okay. The Strength card. They make me feel like you don't think that you can do it, but that's not true. You have everything you need, but you have this, like, fawn energy with it. You feel like you need help, but you don't. You have everything you need, like I said with this first card. Four of Swords, you're overthinking it. You don't need to overthink it. You just need to go with the flow because they want me to say you're in line with something. Like, very much in line. Like, it's like you are, I don't know, like in a pool of water and they're draining the pool. You're being pulled into the drain. There's nothing you can do about it. That is what it feels like. And they're like, you are so incredibly aligned to this that it does not make sense why it's going to be so easy. And that's why you're questioning over and over and over and over. I'm supposed to put hard work into things, and that's when good things come out of it. But this just feels like it's happening and falling into my lap, and that's why I'm second guessing it, because things like this don't happen. That is what these cards are talking about. This King of Cups reversed is like you're trying to control things you can't control going into a drain. That's what they make me feel like. And it's happening very, very fast, because it's like, I said it earlier, it's like you made a boat, and you are just accepting the current is pulling you into the ocean. So you're not doing anything, the current is just pulling you. Okay. They want me to say everything around you is changing too. You're going through a lot of change that literally just feels like things are being pulled out of your hands. Every time you try to pick something up, it gets pulled out of your hands unless it is the right thing. Anything you do that is not aligned to whatever this path is going to be lost. And it's going to feel very confusing because you feel like every time you try to do something to feel better, it's just going to continue pulling you away. So you feel like you're stuck when in actuality you're not. And you're actually going towards the things that you want, but you're getting very materialistic, and that's what it's causing the, like, the feeling of being stuck. Because they're like, you're hesitant to go with the, like, current. You don't want to get stuck, like, sucked into the drain, so you're trying to swim out of it, which is why you're, like, not getting anywhere, because you're trying to swim against a current that is swimming as hard as you are. So you're kind of, like, going upstream, but not getting anywhere. Does that make sense? That's what those cards are talking about. Okay. You're worried about just letting it happen. I'm trying to ask what to do about it, because they're like, you already know what to do about it. You're just very scared. You don't trust that this is going to end up well. And it's I don't know. This is like a very weird reading, because they're like, just do it. Just trust. Take a leap of faith. Trust fall. That's the reading. Do you have questions? You're my podcast for scrubbing dishes for the time being. Lol. This makes a lot of sense. I need to hear it from someone else. Yeah. It's just, like, everything is just happening, and it's just a lot. 10 of Swords is all of your traumas are being, like, pulled out of you. It's like You have been the saddest right now and the happiest, and it's just you feel a lot of things and you don't know what to do because you're just so in line with what you're supposed to do right now that there's no possible way you're getting out of it. I'm trying to figure out what it is because I can't stop overthinking. Yeah. That's what they keep talking about it. Let's see. What is it? They want me to say it's coming into your own. Anything you want to do right now, you'll be the luckiest person to do it as long as you don't control it. If you try to control it, you won't get it. Ace of Swords says at some point you'll get the breakthrough, but you have to stop controlling it, and that's when you'll realize what it is. Damn, sideways cards. Yeah, this is, you need to allow your traumas to go. This is, you're hitting the gas and the brake at the same time. You're not moving because you're trying to control things. You can have everything you want, be the king and queen of everything. But once you stop controlling things, you'll get the answer. And then you'll start actually feeling like you can deserve the sun instead of feeling like you don't deserve any of this. Yeah, do you have questions? They're just going to just tell me the same thing over and over again. What's up, people? People are coming in. I have one more reading and then I will restock for you guys. So, next reading is Fran's. So, if you are in chat, please write your question and let me know what your question is while I have Nicole ask me questions. No, that was amazing. Thank you. No problem. So, Fran's, are you in chat and what is your question? You can do general if you'd like. Let go of control. That's terrifying. Yeah. I am doing something similar to that, and it's very much, my spirit guides just keep saying, trust fall, and I'm like, I hate you. I don't want to do that. And I'm in the process of the, like, trauma stuff that I'm talking to you about, of the, like, you're going to take all of your, like, past traumas that you've dissociated from. We're going to talk about them now. And you're going to deal with a lot of really traumatic things because once that's gone, things are going to move even faster. And you're like, what? And you're like, I don't know what's going to happen or where we're going, but it's really, really stressful. So your reading is very, like, vague, but it does also, like, troll me because I know exactly what that's about. It's like something is about to happen in, like, a few months. You don't know what it is. You just know what it, like, you know it's going to happen. But at the same time, you're like, that's impossible. It can't happen. But everything you do that is against whatever the hell it is does not work. Period. You just have to trust in the universe. Yeah, I don't know. It's very weird. It's kind of like if you do anything that isn't on that path, it just will, like, be shot out of your hands. Period. And I don't know if you felt like that, if it's like it's like an uphill battle until you do the thing that they want you to, and then you, like, slide down the hill. And you're like, wow, that was really fast. I don't know where I am now. It's like that. So it's like if you apply to a job that you, like, really, really wanted, but it's not on the path, you won't get it. That's what it's like. Yeah, the next month is exactly how I'm feeling this pool. I don't know. The next, like, May is going to be very weird for a lot of people. Like, after eclipse season, May is going to start opening doors for people. Because the first half of the year is a bit of a, let's figure out stuff so that we can figure out the rest of the year. The rest of the year is going to be, like, fast. I love sliding down a hill. What is your take on ego death and how does it play a role with spirituality? Sorry, I need to think about that question. Ego death, if people don't know, is when you go through a quote-unquote spiritual awakening, you, go through something that's called an ego death, and it's kind of like you are going to... Sorry, I'm, like, making sure Franz hasn't said anything yet. If you are Franz... let me know what your question is. Francine, something like that. But while I answer this question, let me know what your question is for tarot. But, for ego death, what ego death is, it's basically your ego is the thing that makes the universe make sense. So it's like, how you're supposed to act, how society is, like all of these like unwritten rules about how existence works. You start seeing behind the curtain. So it's kind of like, if we're all in a play, people that have not experienced ego death think that the play is real life. The people that have experienced ego death are looking around at the set and they're like, do these people know that these trees are cardboard cutouts? And everyone's like, no, these are trees. What are you talking about? You need to like stop thinking that way. People that have an ego death, it's like you can see behind the curtain. It's like you can see the play. It's like you can see the backstage. It's like you can see who wrote the play, everything. And once you start doing that and how it plays a role in spirituality, is you start seeing a lot of connections to things that prior you missed. So it's like, sometimes it's hard to like relate to people after you do that, because you're just like, why are you just pretending like everything is fine? It's so incredibly frustrating because I can see that you're not okay. I can see you're just playing this like character in the play. What am I supposed to do with that? So ego death goes into a lot of spirituality stuff. That's why people like say they start talking to like ghosts and stuff like that, because you stop seeing just the play and you start seeing everything. Does that make sense? So tired of people telling me to stop overthinking. I'm not overthinking. I'm just saying how I see it. Franz. Oh, there you are. Can I get a general career reading and spiritual journey advice? What's up? Yeah. Going through an ego death is very hard, especially if it's your first one, because you do it multiple times. It sucks. Okay, we are doing a career reading and spiritual advice. So, 3 of Wands. You are, oh, hold on, there's a card that is upside down, or flipped upside down. 3 of Wands, you're looking forward. You want more than what you're doing now. That card is expansion. We have multiple egos. No, it's like sometimes you don't kill the whole ego. There's just the layers to it. It's like an onion. Does that make sense? So like you'll cut the ego that you have with society, and then you'll cut the ego that says that you're separate from everyone, and then you'll cut, it's kind of like ideas that associate to your like chakras and stuff like that. That's a good way to look at it. Egos are like Shrek. Yeah, we are ogres. King of Wands. You don't know what to do with your ideas. You just have so much potential and so much kinetic energy that you don't have a direction, and you feel like everything you do is wrong. So you're trying to like control the narrative a little bit, and you feel like other people they have a say in it. Okay. 7 of Swords, and you listen to all of other people's like voices about stuff. They're like, you have so much potential and you're letting other people make you uncomfortable about it. You feel like you can't do things without other people. But they're like, somewhere in there is the true you, and once you start flipping this card upright, you'll start realizing that the other people do not impact your life whatsoever. The only thing that you have forever is you. So they're like, you see a lot of people on pedestals above you. So it makes it very hard for you to do or choose things because you got a lot of potential. You have a lot of kinetic energy to do a lot of things. You have a lot of ideas, and a lot of people are getting on the bandwagon and taking advantage of that. And you're letting them because they make you feel less than. And that's not true. You're the reason why they're even here. So Ace of Cups reverse is you need to start looking inward. You need to start doing things in a quote-unquote selfish way, but it's more like self-love. Because they want me to say it's like you can create your own world, and that's the way you fit into it. Because they're like, you're trying to fit in with people, but it's not working because those people just want to be there to mooch off of you. Okay, 3 of Swords. You are in the process of removing that trauma. 3 of Swords is heartbreak. You are sick of people not relating to it. You're sick of people not getting it, which is why you're making your own world and why you have so much kinetic energy to do something different. You're starting to learn lessons and see the connections between all of the lessons of why you are here, why you are doing this, what is important to you, and it's going beyond what other people say you should be doing. So you're having this breakthrough with the Ace of Swords, and it's starting to make you pivot and plan for a different future. My first ego death was an absolute chaotic, nasty mess that was all over Discord server. Like I said, they suck. Because it literally just feels like... It feels like you're alone. 7 of Cups. I don't know. You have so many options. You have so much potential. And once you accept that you deserve to be on the pedestal with all of these other people, all of these other like opportunities, that you start seeing yourself as worthy of those things, that's when the things are going to start flipping and you're going to have a new perspective and you're actually going to want to go after everything. Because they like make me feel like this hesitation is caused by a lot of like self-limiting beliefs. You're worried about not being good enough and losing it because you feel like that would be worse than trying. And they're like, other people made you feel like that. You didn't have that thought. Someone put that thought in your head. Do you have questions? I can do the spiritual advice as well. I feel like that's kind of the same though. Do you have questions? Six of Wands. Success also is a bit of a, it's very important. You put a lot of pressure on yourself for that. So you also sell yourself short because you know what you're good at. So you think that you have to be an expert at it before you start it. But they're like, that's too late. You should do things that cause chaos because you're very good at handling it and you're very good at adapting. Okay, while you answer if you have questions, I'll read these 3 cards, but I'm also going to give you guys more slots. We're going to do 5 more. I just need to figure out how to do that. Okay, edit. We're going to add more to this. 5 more. All right. So I'll give you guys a minute and I'll read these and then we'll restock that, but it is ready to go once we get there. So friends, let me know if you have any questions. But your last 3 cards, you need to go You need to get over these self-limiting beliefs. I feel like you are in the process of doing that. And you are kind of avoiding this transformation you need to make, because the Six of Swords is usually you need to let go of your baggage in order to move forward. And Princess of Swords, this is Page of Swords, is it's kind of like you know so much about it, like you have so much information that you know how to do it wrong in every like possible way that it prevents you from doing it. So they're like, just do it and not worry about the bad outcome, because they're like, you can handle it. You know you can handle it. You are like so good at change, so good at adapting. So why are we worried about not being able to do that? And yes, we can go on a walk after stream. Okay, I'm going to give you guys more time. I'm going to give you more tarot slots. So if you guys are interested in a reading, we're going to do 5 more open slots. So if you guys are interested in these readings, let me give you a link. The link is at the top of chat. There is a pinned comment. There's a link there. I'm going to give you a link here. You can click on that. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. Hold on. That is my tarot decks. Let me give you the actual link to the tarot readings. That is the actual link. The Ko-Fi link. So if you're interested in these readings, I'm about to restock them. Give you all opportunity to get to the website. And it's also in the description. So you have multiple ways of figuring out how to get there. And once you're there, you should be able to like refresh the page once I do the thing. You guys ready? I'm glad we're all talking about grass. Okay, I'm going to save the changes. They should be there now. There are 5 more slots. I touched earth today because my plant needed new soil. It was nice. Yeah, it's like springtime or something. And literally the only thought that I have is taking my dog, my future dog, for a walk. Oh, Nicole, you gave me a $10 tip. What's up? It says, thanks for the reading. I'm slightly terrified. But here we go. Into the drain. You know, like swan dive into the drain. But thanks for the $10. Oh gosh. Okay. I'm just like that you guys are all talking about grass, but I'm getting a puppy at the end of May potentially, and I can take the puppy on walks. So we gotta get ourselves into, okay, I guess we still have time after that, because my plan is I'm gonna put the puppy in a wagon and take them around in the wagon, because when you have a puppy, they don't have all their shots yet, so they can get very scary diseases. So you shouldn't take them on walks where other dogs have been in case that, like, that happens. But I'm still nervous about doing that. But I also just want them to be socialized. I have a lot of thoughts about this. But I want them to be, like, in a wagon, and then I take them for walks places. But I forget when that happens. I think it's like 12 weeks, but that's like so long. For a puppy toy or treat. Pyro, I really can't. Listen, we're going to film us going to get it, and I'm going to cry. So there's that. Everything is fine. I'm fine. Yeah. First reading. We have Emily G. If you're in chat, will you ask me a question? What would you like a reading on? And then the next person I have is Rosie. And then I think it's, I always screw this up. I think it's Micah. That's great. I had a Dane once who lost his eye over the grass and dirt in the area we lived. It was horrible. That is horrible. Who will be the next U.S. president? Dude, I don't even know who's running. I don't know how psychic medium stuff works. I'm sorry. I don't know how to do that. Dude, I'm watching Supernatural, and there's like a medium in Supernatural, and the quote that she has is hilarious because they ask her like future things or whatever, and she was like, I'm not a mind reader, I'm a psychic medium. I'm like, that's how I feel sometimes. Hi, I think just career reading with some spiritual journey stuff if you have time. No problem. Still says sold out for me. They might be sold out now. Yeah, wait. I have 4. It might just need to be refreshed again. I don't know. I put 5 in there. Let me see. There's 1 left. Try refreshing the page. Maybe that will help. You can fight over the death for the last one. But the order right now is Emily G, Rosie, Micah, or Mika. I don't remember. I know we have this conversation a lot. Dyslexia is hard. Vivian. That is the list so far. There's 1 more slot. So. Okay. We are doing a reading for Emily G on career and potentially spiritual stuff. You feel like you are trapped. That is 8 of Swords. Okay, we're gonna do those, I think. Let's see. Let me put those in order. Okay, 2 of Wands. So, they make me feel like you're thinking about doing something different. You have the Sun card and the 2 of Wands. They make me feel like you're trying to plan to go somewhere else. You know you want to do that. You have like some sort of breakthrough, but you're worried about leaving the stuff you already have because it's a very different way of looking at your life. It's very, you have new perspectives, but it's going to cause you to become into yourself and truly be yourself. And other people are going to help you do that. It's just, you need to take the first couple steps alone, and then you'll have other people pull you into it. Yeah, that is also clarifying it. Someone else is going to help you with that a lot. 2 of Cups is like relationships with other people. But you have to want it. It's going to be hard for you to do it because it's just in like, I feel like it's something that'll be like something you're good at, but it's like hard to make it happen, which is why this is sideways. 9 of Wands is like trying to figure out, do we want to continue up this road? Do we want to do something else with it? What's going on? You need to start viewing yourself as worthy of getting to the top of the mountain. 8 of Cups reverse. But because there's something you want to leave, but you have a lot of pull to feel like you shouldn't. Let me pull all of these over, because that was fast. They want me to say that is the situation. There's something else that you want to do, and it's not what you're doing now. And I don't know if that makes sense, but there's like something in your heart that you want so, so badly, and it's something you're very, very good at, but it's going to be a hard change. I just finished an animal bio degree, and I'm going into concept art now, but I don't know if I even want to do that. Yes, it does. Okay. So, this is going to be more so what to do about that. They say, you know which one you want to do. That is where you need to go. Because they're like, 9 of Cups is wish come true. They're like, go after your wish come true. It's not like a question in your head, which one you want to do, what you want to do, whatever it is. the thing that's a question in your head is the trauma of, what if it's the wrong answer? What if this is no good? They're like, you know what to do. You know where to go. If it doesn't work out, you have other ways of doing it. You have other ways of pivoting it. Like, don't worry about it not working out before you even started. It may read you to filth. A Scar from the Lion King saying, be prepared. I mean, it'll be fine. It'll be good. Okay, Two of Swords. You're trying to figure out what would be more fulfilling to you. Two of Swords is like weighing paths. World card is fulfillment. Five of Cups is you have a lot of unsolved emotions about it. Things around you just keep changing. They're like, this card is very important for you. This Hangman card. Hangman deals with like flipping things upside down, new perspective. That's what it's going to feel like. But it's going to make more sense. Because they just like make me feel like you don't know what the next step is of what you're doing now. And you're starting to like figure out what you want to do, and you need to trust that. But you have a hard time trusting that because you don't have a lot of experience in that area. Because that is Prince of Cups. That is like your wish come true. That's Knight of Cups. Four of Cups. An opportunity you didn't expect will come out of this. You just need to follow your heart and not overthink it. They just keep saying, this is your dream. This is what you want. Let me know if you have questions about that. I'll do spiritual stuff for you. Go into game design. I love game design. I really want to do game design. Probably I'll do it on HeyBuy. I have another YouTube channel. At some point I'll start posting on it, but I want to do like art stuff on it. So game design is fun. Five of Cups. We're doing spiritual stuff. So they make me feel like you have... They make me feel like you're... I don't know if you're actually trying to do this, but they make me feel like you're going through a lot of shadow work or like spiritual awakening stuff because you have the Five of Cups. You're dealing with a lot of emotions, and the reason why it feels like you can't surpass it is because you're trying to control it. Once you're able to let go of the things that made... Once you're ready to let go of your security blanket and take a leap of faith, you're going to start realizing that all of this control was due to these emotions' cause originally, is what they want me to say. They're like, you feel like you have to control things because you didn't feel safe prior. We'll do this one first. Okay. And this. Are they saying I can get my dream? Hold on. Are they saying I can get to my dream even if I feel like I can't anymore? Yes. 100% yes. Like just over and over and over ago. Yes. Because they're like, you know what you want. Period. And it's like, a lot of people are like, a lot of people in your position will be like, I just have a lot of things that I want to do, so I can't decide because I don't know what thing I like the most. They're like, you know. The other things are like things that you could do that you would be happy to do, but they're like, you know which one you really actually want to do. So they're like, why are you like waiting around? That's the last one. And then this one, I've been thinking about shadow work, so that makes sense. Yeah, they make me feel like there's a lot of trauma emotions in association to feeling like you have to control things, and that is translating to a lot of spirituality things and making you feel like you're stuck. You feel like you have to do things by the book, and that's not working out for you because it makes you feel like you can't do anything right. So they're like, you need to be like a flame. Flame's very organic. You need to start doing things because they feel good to you and stop resisting this big change and shift in you. Six of Swords is like, you need to go through a transformation. This is a spiritual awakening card for me. And it's like, you need to let go of your heavy stuff. So, Three of Swords, you need to let go of the past trauma. That's like heartbreak, though. Yeah, okay. So they make me feel like there's a lot of things in your life that sort of like go against who you are as a person. And they make me feel like you have accepted that. Like you've accepted that other people see you in a certain way and it is literally breaking your heart into pieces. And they're like, once you go through this transformation, you'll start realizing that that's happening. That people are trying to make you small and they like when you're small. Because they make me feel like you're a very successful person, but people want to have control over you because it makes them more comfortable, number one. And number two, a lot of times people will do it because they almost like project their feelings onto you. So they're like talking about being more connected on a spiritual basis is going to be a lot of like acceptance of you and trying to understand why that has been instilled in you, because they like make me feel like the perfect idea of everything kind of gets in the way. So it's like you need to be the perfect like daughter, you need to be the perfect like coworker, you need to be the perfect girlfriend, and like any context of what it is, you have to be like overachieve perfect at it. And because of that, it is making you feel like when you change things or do things for yourself that you're not being the quote unquote perfect whatever. So they're like, once you get past that idea and start accepting yourself of this is me and this can change. I can change my mind. I can continue to be me and accept me. That is when things will start happening for you and you'll be able to let go of trauma. But they're like, that is the first step of that. Do you have questions about that before I move on? Okay. While you answer, I'm gonna ask the next person to come forward. We have Rosie. And let me tell you the list again. We're gonna do Rosie, Micah, and Vivian, and Sarah. So, Rosie, you're next. Let me know what your question is, and I'll finish off Emily's. How can I get to that point? Hello. What's up, Rosie? They make me feel like other people will help you do that. They make me feel like the right people, though. There's like, I don't know if you're in a relationship. General reading. Okay, once I finish this question, I will do your reading. I'll let you know. Yeah, other people are going to help you, but they're like, there are people that you need to realize are making you feel that way. Because they like, okay. I'm not in one. Okay. They make me feel like, I don't know if you have a guy friend. There's like this dude that makes me feel like, or maybe they're just inherently masculine. I'm not sure. That gives you more of this like confidence. And I don't know if you know them yet or how that's working, but they're like, you're going to have other people that are going to show you how to stand up for themselves, that are going to make you raise your standards and not like take crap from people. Because they're like, you are in a position where you feel like you can't do anything unless it is in a perfect standpoint. So, like, if you don't fit a narrative, you can't do something in association to that. So it's like, you went to school for this, so you have to be the perfect student. You have to be the perfect person that goes into this. I wasted all this time. I can't do something else. That sort of thing. So they're like, once you start seeing someone else standing up for themselves, you're going to start realizing that you can do the same thing, and there's still going to be people to support you while you do it. Does that make sense? They're like, you need to see it happen for someone else before it happens for you. And I don't know if you, like, know this person or if they're just telling me about this, like, very direct sort of person, but that's what they're making me feel like. Someone's gonna help change it. But, Rosie, let's move on to you. We are going to do a general reading. Just making sure you didn't say anything else. These cards smell like a bookstore. Yes, that does. Thank you so much. This meant a lot. No problem. Okay. 5 of Swords. Okay. We got 5 of Swords. 4 of Swords. Okay, this card too. Alright. So, we got the 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords, you're fighting. Okay, other people are telling you things. 4 of Swords. Okay. So, the 5 of Swords is usually fighting with truth. When it's upright, it's usually other people are telling you that you're not good enough. They're telling you, like, things about yourself that you don't seem very favorable. And then the 4 of Swords, whatever they are saying makes you second guess everything in your life. 4 of Swords is overthinking. And then the Prince of Cups, that is my Prince Charming card. That's usually like a fairy tale come true. It's like you're second guessing yourself in association to your dreams. And they make me feel like it's kind of like breaking the stability of the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Cups, because the Queen of Swords is unapologetically yourself, and the Knight of Cups is very much like your wish come true. So they're like, these are the things that are starting to come out. Don't let other people ruin them based upon your repressed emotions with the Moon card. Does that make sense so far? You second guess where your star is. So the star is usually like, I view it as the star in the sky. It's wherever you're going to, whatever you're going after. That is like what you're following in the sky. That is the thing that you want. That is your, like, your dream. But it's in reverse because you're second guessing if that's the right star. You're like, there's so many stars in the sky, I don't know if this one's mine. And it's because of other people telling you can't do things. They're like, those people aren't going to help you. The 3 of Pentacles deals with a, like, collaboration. There are people that are going to accept you and make you realize that you're worth doing things. Ace of Cups represents going after and, like, self-love and figuring out your own worth. And that's going to help change the direction of your life. And you'll start realizing that you have so much more to give. 6 of Wands. And that will help you become more successful. Okay, let's give more direction about that. They make me feel like you have a, like, preconceived notion of like, the Hangman card is kind of, like, flipped around, so they make me feel like you're in the process of figuring out what you want to do. They're, like, showing me, like, a puzzle. They, like, tell me that you have an idea of what you want, and the way you're figuring that out with this puzzle metaphor is, like, you have the outside edges of the puzzle finished. So your brain says, oh, well, I know what this is because I have it defined. But you don't actually know what the puzzle looks like until you finish it. So they're like, stop overthinking and second guessing what the puzzle is supposed to look like. Because they're like, you get caught up in this idea of what you're supposed to do to make it happen. Because it's kind of like, okay, they want me to explain it like this. So I have a lot of people come to me for readings where they're, like, trying to get into the, like entertainment industry. And the thing that I tell them a lot of the times is they are approaching it in a way where it is very, like, how they think it's supposed to happen. So it's like, you're supposed to get into an agency. You're supposed to have an agent give you, like auditions and things like that. But if you stop thinking about what the puzzle is supposed to look like, then you can start realizing that there isn't one way to do it. So they're like, if you're trying to get into the entertainment industry, there's more routes. Like, you can do YouTube, you can do networking and find people that are already in the industry, like that sort of thing. So they're like, that's that kind of idea. Big time puzzle. Exactly. I'm trying not to overthink it. So they're like, you're just trying to, like, you think you know what's going to happen, but it's not, and you're going to have a hard pivot that happens. And that Three of Swords kind of represents you're doing it in a sense of you don't want to get hurt again. So Ace of Pentacles, some sort of opportunity is going to happen. And it's going to be something that you feel you can't do, but it is something that you are meant to do. They want me to say, like, this card in reverse, when it's in reverse, it's kind of like you have inner strength to do it, but you don't, it's like you're not confident about it. You don't feel like you can do it, even though you have the ability to. And that's in association to this opportunity that's going to happen. And you're going to, they want me to say, like, overdo it, because you have the Ten of Wands, and that's usually, like, you're leaning yourself to burnout, because it's like things are changing and you feel like you have to keep up with it. They, like, want me to say it's like, okay, with the Wheel of Fortune is environmental changes. What they're showing me with that card is it's like you are trying to avoid nighttime. And you're like, if I can run fast enough, I can just follow the sun wherever it goes, wherever it happens. So I don't have to ever experience nighttime. But they're like, you need to. You need to have time to, like, rest. Does that make sense? That's the example they're giving me. These ones. Got it. Okay. Okay. Well, too funny. Okay. Yeah, it does. Okay, so whatever the opportunity is going to be, like, a huge creative spark for you. And it's going to change the way you view stability. Don't do things, like, because you feel like you're supposed to do them. Do them because they're going to make you happy. And those are the things that are going to make you feel the most stable. Once you take that opportunity and you start making it your own, things are going to start feeling like they're, like, igniting, like they're going forward. And that's when you're going to get scared. So Nine of Wands is kind of like you are worried about going too fast and tripping. So they're like, you're going to get all the things you want, but you're also going to be worried that it's happening too fast and that you're doing it wrong. Because they're like, the more you get, the more you feel like you have something to lose. And that stems from childhood trauma with the Six of Cups. but you aren't seeing the resources that you have at your fingertips. This is the Magician card reversed. They're like, you have everything you need, but you are worried about the effects of your actions with the Justice card. The Justice card represents your equal and opposite reaction. You're worried that you're going to do something that's going to cause it to fall down and be imbalanced. You're afraid that it's just going to fail. But again, what I like to tell people that are afraid of failure is information about how to do something better. You learn and gain experience, and that is what causes the fear in the first place, is us feeling like we don't have the experience of what to do when we fail. The more you fail, the better able you are to deal with something like going wrong. So you'll become less worried about something failing. Do you have questions? I'll be right back. I need a water. Actually, I think there's water down here. Hold on. Okay. My voice is starting to go. So, we're on Rosie. We're going to do Micah next. Do you have questions, Rosie? Sorry, trying not to lose my voice. So, we have Micah. Do you have questions? Let us know if you're in chat. True words. Thank you for the guidance. No problem. Micah, if you're in chat, what is your question? What would you like your reading to be on? And to reiterate again, we have Micah, Vivian, and then Sarah. No, thank you. You answered my questions. Hello, yes, you said it right. But if it's easier, you can call me Antoinette or just Aunt. Do you have a question for me? And thank you for letting me know. At some point I'll remember. Honestly, I don't know what I want to know first. My top ones are love life and career. But if anything spiritual pops up with gifts, that works too. So I guess general with spiritual stuff. Are you in a relationship now? If we're doing love stuff. They make me feel like you're learning a lot of lessons you don't want to know. Let me start over. Because let me ask some specific things. So, 8 of Pentacles is a lesson. It being reversed is like, we're not committed to it yet. They make me feel like that's more so associated to everything. But we will start with... You're still here. I had to wrap up some things. Yeah, I've been here a while, huh? I should be here for another, like, hour-ish. But we're reading Micah. And we're doing love stuff first. That's a nice card. Princess of Cups, Page of Cups is a lot of trust. A lot of trust. You're in the process of, like, releasing all of your drama, which is not fun. Yeah, here's the lesson. Okay. They make me feel like your relationship might be, like, hard right now, and it's because of you're going through a lot of change. So you have the Page of Cups, which is, like, so much trust. It's like blind trust. And they're like, you are in the process of going through things that you dissociated and are being triggered a lot. And it's so much that you don't want to do it. And I know what that's like. It's like, I tell people that they have black spirit guides. I have a black spirit guide now, and it's a lot, and I hate it. But they're helping you with figuring out what the traumas are and how to get through them, but it just makes you feel isolated and alone and like no one understands. And they said, yeah. I feel like you don't know what's going on, and the person in your relationship also doesn't know because you don't know, and that's where a lot of the like miscommunications are happening. And I feel like a lot of times the emotions get directed like towards that, like I don't know, I feel like sometimes they like trigger the emotions, and then it's confusing because you're like, I don't know why I feel like this. Did you do this? Did I do this? I don't know what's going on. And you feel like you need to find a reason why it's happening when the reason is like buried, and that's the reason why I got triggered in the first place. So you have the Four of Swords. Four of Swords is like trying to let things chill out. It's like rest. You need to take a break. And on the Two of Swords, you're trying to figure out what to do. You're split. They want me to say that. You're torn between two things and you feel overwhelmed, but you have all of the resources to handle this. It's just going to be very, very hard. Two of Pentacles. You need to reprioritize things in your life. Yes, a lot of times our arguments are completely random and about nonsense. Yeah, they make me feel like it's because you're experiencing so much, like, dissociated things. That, like, 90% of the time you don't know how you feel. Because it's either you're completely dissociated or you're experiencing all of your emotions from dissociation. So it's not like pinpoint towards one thing. So when something goes negative, you kind of just direct all of the emotions towards that, and you're kind of like, I don't know what's happening, and I need to know why, and if I don't know why, I'm going to lose it. Because I feel like you find comfort in understanding. So when you don't understand something, it's just so overwhelming that you can't deal with it. So you in the relationship right now, it's kind of like they feel stressed out because they're like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know where this is coming from. And it's because you also don't know. You're in the process of figuring that out, and it's going to be very hard. But it's like, they want me to say, in order to like make it easier is to come to terms with you don't know what's going on. And that is the clarity that you need right now. My trauma response is going to my happy place in my head. Like maladaptively thinking about stuff over and over again. But it's also pulling you into like a trap of doing that constantly. Because I feel like your relationship, I feel like this person like genuinely cares about what's going on, but they're so completely confused as to what's going on. And it's not anything that you're doing, it's because you also don't know. So they want me to say like, you need to know that that's what's happening, because they make me feel like you're trying to latch on to some sort of understanding. And that's kind of the thing that's making it so confusing. If you're just honest with yourself and this other person, like, I don't know what's going on, I'm just not doing well, that's going to allow you to go with the flow a little bit more and allow you to sort of, like, they want me to say, like, take accountability for healing. Because this is, like, 9 of Pentacles is, like, financially independent. It talks about figuring things out on your own. And the 3 of Swords is, like, uplifting trauma. That is very heartbreak aspects. That is redefining who we are. So they're like, you're in the process of that, and being honest with yourself, and this other person will help with that. Through other things you said. Love life and career. Let me give you some career insight. Let me know if you have questions about relationship stuff, and I'll do career stuff for you. Does constant dissociative behavior incur poltergeist? What do you mean by that? Like, does it cause poltergeist to happen? Not necessarily. They want me to say there's a lot of different factors that have to happen to cause poltergeist to, like, exist. Sorry, I'm asking them questions about that. because they're like, poltergeists are not just manifestations of energy from directly our energy. A lot of times poltergeists are just defined as noisy ghosts, meaning they have the ability to move things around and make like disembodied sounds. Unreleased negative emotions, etc. Got you. So you're viewing it in a like, if you've ever watched Fantastic Beasts, it's like those things called obscurials. They're talking about those, and they're talking about how there's this very specific like characteristics that have to happen, or conditions that have to happen for an obscurious to occur. So with a poltergeist, you need to have similar like requirements to make it happen, because they're like, you also need to have a certain location that amplifies energy in order for it to like be receiving of the negative energy, because they're like, you have to have a certain person that has the right kind of energy that does that, and then they have to be in a very stressful situation. A lot of times it's usually inflicted by more than one person. So it's like, if you understand one of the most famous poltergeist cases, which is from Ed and Lorraine Warren, I forget what it's called. There's like a name for it. But it's kind of like in association to this little girl that had like a poltergeist associated to her. They make me feel like she dealt with a lot of trauma that inherently like made that happen, but I also was associated to the place itself. Does that make sense? So there's a lot of conditions that have to happen, similar to like an obscurial in Harry Potter, where an obscurial only happens if you're a magical person and if you are denying of that specific magical abilities. So they're like, different things have to do that. But Micah, yes, they really do care, and that's why it's hard for me to believe because of past relationships. No, I understand. And dealing with all of this, because they make me feel like they're triggering a lot of it. But when they trigger it, it's like something that's so dissociated you don't know what's happening. And then the next thing says, will I get another job that I will like, or will I finally start YouTube? I kind of want something. Okay, because I thought we manifested poltergeist activity through negative emotions, and I'm going by the idea that if we harbor trauma and associate with a house, we manifest negative activity. You manifest little dark things when you have negative energy, but poltergeist is like a second level up. That is something that can like throw things across the room. That is like loud, noisy energy. So a house has to have a lot of that like instilled in it already. So like if you had negative emotions in the Conjuring house next to the 2 ley lines on the property, it is going to cause more activity in the house. And it doesn't necessarily need to be like conscious activity, which is usually how I view like poltergeist activity. But it's like, you need to have a lot of that sort of stuff. And the Conjuring house, because I've been there, will trigger a lot of that out of you too. It will trigger negative energy if you're trying to avoid it. So hopefully that makes sense. But your questions are really interesting, so I'm trying to answer them when I have a break or moment. Thanks for the clarity. No problem. Justice. Okay, we're doing... Okay, they want me to say, let's see. Will I get another job, or will I finally start YouTube? Okay, I'm just going to read it as is. So, justice card. Not helpful. They're like, you're worried about, okay. The justice in reverse makes you feel like you're not doing things, because you're worried about the outcome of stuff. Because again, justice is an equal and opposite reaction. And it being in reverse is you're worried about doing something wrong and it causing a ripple effect. However, the ripple effect has already started. There's not really much you can do to stop it. The Wheel of Fortune is like, there's a lot of environmental changes, and you can handle all of the changes. They like make me feel like, you're like the lightning that is shot into the water, into the ripple. You are able to touch all of it at the same time because water is conductive. They're like, this is the time, the moment to do what you want, but you're inherently worried that you can't deal with it. With the strength card reversed, you're worried that you don't have the ability to do it, but you need to trust. You need to blindly trust, because they make me feel like with this card, it's like, you don't have a lot of experience, you don't have a lot of reasons, you don't have a lot of logic, but they make me feel like you don't normally do things unless you have a lot of logic. So you need to allow those they want me to say you're ignoring your repressed emotions and you're making them scary. Yes, terrified of failing and getting made fun of and not being able to handle change. Yeah, they make me feel like this is a good time for it. I don't know why. It's a good time, but a lot of things in your life have been changing. They make me feel like there's a lot of, like, stability. They make me feel like this is your, relationship. I feel like they've given you a lot of that stability, which, again, is very weird for you. That's what they say for that. And that stability is like giving you the opportunity to take a risk, but you're also like, I can't let you take care of me. I'm scared. Cause that's another confirmation that they're allowing you to, or helping you. You feel trapped because you feel like you have to do the same thing for them. What? No. Gosh. Oh gosh. Okay. These ones. You feel isolated, alone, you feel like you're taking on everything, you feel like things aren't moving, and it's because you're doing things for the wrong reasons. You feel like you have to be the King of Pentacles, you have to take care of everyone and everything, but in order for this to happen, you need to not worry about that and let someone support you. Because starting something like YouTube, it's a long game. Unless you already have an audience or you're just like miraculously good at this or have like huge personality or an idea or whatever it is, it takes time to learn it. It takes time for YouTube to figure out who you are, what you're doing, that sort of thing. It takes time. So they're like, you need to do things for your own reasons. Don't do it because you feel like you're going to be stable or not stable, because doing the thing that you love is going to create the stability. But they make me feel like the person that you're with is going to help create a foundation for you to start doing that. But they make me feel like you're going to need to do two things for a while to start it up. It's not just let's quit our job and do YouTube. It's let's do YouTube for a while on the side and then quit our job. Because you need to figure out YouTube before that happens. But again, you also need to get through a lot of the self-limiting beliefs, which again is a part of the YouTube journey. I can tell you that. Because I don't know if this is going to be helpful. When I started YouTube, I was a pet influencer. And I was upset because I wanted to do things that helped people. And I didn't think me talking about my chinchillas was very helpful. So it was very uncomfortable. I was self-conscious about being in front of the camera or talking in front of the camera. So it just didn't feel right doing that. And then the more you do it and the more you realize what it's like to do this, it gets easier. It's a lot easier. Before I couldn't do a live stream by myself. Now I can. So it's a lot of learning that. That is one of the things you learn with YouTube, is getting over the stress of that sort of aspect. Nibbler Girl, thanks so much. I just want to say hi and keep up the good work. You are awesome. I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much for the super chat. And then Micah says, well, that's my other question. A while ago, you and Riker said my partner now isn't my end game partner. So will I end up meeting someone else? Let me see. Future things can change based upon your free will. So, Seven of Pentacles is your... They want me to say don't think about that. Sorry, now they're kind of adding me. So, which is why I'm laughing, because they're, like, trying to troll me. So they're like, you need to think about the right now. You don't need to think about the end of the maze first. Because when you're in the maze, you can't trace your steps back to, like... Sorry, let me explain this better, because what's happening in my head makes sense. So they're like, if you are doing a maze and you're like, you can see a bird's eye view what the maze looks like, a lot of times people will go to the end of the maze and trace their way back to the start. But when you are in the maze, like you are in like a corn maze, you don't have a map, you don't know where the end is, you can't think about where the end is before you start going on this journey. So they're like, you need to not worry about the long-term aspect of things, of how your business, how this decision is going to happen right now. Because they're like, that might be a factor, but they're also like, there are so many other factors that aren't just this person. Does that make sense? Because they're like telling me about my journey, because they're like, I quit my job and was being supported by someone else, and then that support went away as well. And now I'm still here doing the same thing with someone else. Does that make sense? They're like, don't worry about what's going to happen in the future that's going to make you not able to do this, because you don't know how it's going to affect things until it starts doing it. Does that make sense? Also, Katie, thank you so much. You really have inspired me. That's very sweet. I can't. In regards to soulmates, do our spirit guides decide who we end up with in the spiritual sense, or is it a matter for the physical world? Your spirit guides, I think that's what you're talking about, don't decide on soulmates. That is just like your energy in and of itself. It's kind of like if you think about like collective of people as like cells in your body, you're going to fit in better with like heart cells if you're a heart cell, that sort of thing. So it's kind of like your soul, when you do soulmate things, it's kind of like two puzzle pieces coming together. You're always going to have this like hole missing for the person that fits perfectly in there. And that's based upon energy and a very naturalistic offense. Micah says, yeah. Do you have any questions about that before I move on? And we're going to move on to Vivian. Also, let me know if that soulmate thing made sense. Because I know I'm all over the place as well. They say, no ma'am. We are moving on to Vivian. Vivian, are you here? If so, can you let me know what your question is? And then we're going to go on to Sarah, and Sarah will be the last reading. It did. Awesome. Anything for spiritual? Hello, Vivian, do you have a question? Micah, let me do something spiritual for you. I can do gifts. Let's do that. That'll be easy and quick. They make me feel like you're very clairsentient. And that's why everything has been so overwhelming lately, because a lot of your clairsentience was developed based upon trauma of you trying to moderate other people's emotions, because you were surrounded by a lot of people that were quote-unquote in charge of you or have authority over you that have unstable emotions. So they're like, you're in the process of figuring out how to have boundaries with your emotions and not try to feel and blame yourself for everything that everyone else is doing. So, Vivian, I'm not feeling confident with my spiritual gifts. Anything from my guides for this? I feel lost again. For work, I'm not sure if it's the place for me or I only stay because it's safe. I feel guilty for wanting change when things are smooth. Okay, so spiritual gifts, and then we'll do career thing. So I'm trying not to lose my voice. Relatable as heck. Riker, everyone loves you. Thank you so much. No problem. Okay, we are doing spiritual gifts. They make me feel like you've gone through a lot of change lately. And that is clouding things. I don't know if you went through like a spiritual awakening type deal. But this death card is telling me you went through a lot of hard change, a lot of losing things. And you're starting to like see your emotions for what they are and releasing them. But you're still very confused about what to do. That's where the lost comes in. And it's because all of this change happened, and now you're like, I knew every step of what I was going to do. And now they like threw me for a loop, and I don't know what to do now, and I hate it. That's why you have this like anxiety that you're starting to try to unveil with the answer. Yes. Which makes total sense. So what do we do about that? They say you're trying to solve things in a very traditional way, and it's not working. They also make me feel like things are going to start changing. With the Tower card. But you're kind of avoiding that. Which again sucks, because when I get the Death card and the Tower card in the same like line of cards, that's usually sucks, to be quite honest. Because the Tower card, they make me feel like you just... Okay, they make me feel like it's kind of like you pushed over one domino here. And because you pushed over this domino, it is having an effect on the one in front of it. So you're going to knock over this other one. But since you've realized that things aren't how they used to be with this Hierophant card, you're like, I need to stop this domino from falling over because the first one that fell over, it sucked. It was too much emotions, too many things I lost, and I can't do it again. Ugh, I didn't mean to... Yeah, exactly. I didn't mean to push it. There's no stopping it. They're like, once it's pushed over, it's much bigger than you. You can't do anything about it. So, and it's very much, they want me to say, this change caused you to view things from a different perspective, which is why it's causing this change. So it's like, you can't unsee and can't unlearn what just happened. Now you have to figure out how to deal with it. So it's going to cause another domino to fall. And that's going to make things more balanced with the Six of Pentacles. That's going to make things make sense. Oh gosh, okay. Okay. So, we got this going on. They make me feel like you're a bit... Okay, you also told me this. Two of Wands. You're a bit confused of where to go. That is usually... That card in reverse is like a fear of the unknown, a fear of change. You're sort of like... kind of staying put. This is usually you're at a crossroads of some sort, and you're like, I can't make this decision because it is too important. And then we have the Moon card, because you have a lot of repressed emotions that are very scary to you. Usually when this card is in reverse, it's kind of like the shadows of you, the like negative things of you. They're kind of like you're seeing them as monsters under the bed, even though they're just aspects of you. So they're like, you're kind of pulling all of these repressed emotions in, and you're like, I don't want to feel any of this because this is horrible. But you need to realize that this is just for a short period of time. It's not going to happen for very long, because you're going to start seeing that these shadows are not bad. The shadows are actually the different colors of who you are. Instead of all of this gray sadness. Because they make me feel like before the death card happened, before that big change, it was like bound to happen because you were just so... The way they're showing it to me is it's like you were just so stuck in this like mundane idea of the world of like you do this in this order, you rinse and repeat, and you do that every single day, and it's just so like soul sucking that eventually it gave, and now you're starting to see the like individuality in your true self, and you're starting to want that more. But it will not be without a fight that we talked about ego death earlier. That's what this is happening. You're going through an ego death, and it's going to suck. Because that's usually how that goes. But they're like, you're starting to accept yourself and all that cringe, shit. But once you start doing that, things will start becoming more clear. You'll be more so equipped to deal with all of the, like, hard stuff. There you go. The Emperor. I'm very cringe. No, just dealing with, like, all of this change and like insight and accepting yourself. I'm like, oh gosh, that sounds like a lot of stress. What was the other thing that we were doing? We were doing work. So we did spiritual stuff. I'm not feeling confident in my spiritual gifts. Anything from my guides for this? They make me feel like that's going to change a lot in a lot of ways. But they're like, you're going through a spiritual awakening right now. So that was the message that was important for you there. And then for work, I'm not sure if it's the place for me or I can only stay because it's safe. That's going to change. I can tell you that right now. You are realizing there's more to life than what you're doing. But you're afraid to rock the boat. And it's because you've rocked the boat in the past and it did not work out for you. So you don't trust that you can handle it. So you are taking very slow steps. Do you ever get hater threats from clients after doing a reading which came to pass and negative events occurred? How does that affect your ability to do what you love? I've never gotten threats from clients before. But it's also like, I don't have control over things that happen to you in your future. So if you don't want to listen to me, you don't have to. And half the time, the information that I get is filtered to me by your spirit guides. So a lot of times it can be literally a manipulation tactic from them to get you to do something. So like, if I tell you, oh, your marriage is going to end, point blank period, your marriage is going to end. They may make me say that so that you take it seriously and then do things so that your marriage doesn't end. So it's kind of like they can't really blame me for that, number one. And number two, it hasn't happened yet. So, and I say yet with, I don't know if it's going to happen. But people try to blame you, though. I don't think so. I've never had someone blame me for things like that. So... 5 of Pentacles. You're worried about a lot of loss happening. So, you have this King of Wands, which you're trying to put your ideas out there and trying to be this, like, strong presence, but you're, like, you're worried about it not working out, and that worry is getting in your head. Again, seeing things outside of, like, okay, we were talking about ego death earlier. Once you have an ego death, you start realizing that we're just in a play. Like, people like to say we're in a simulation or whatever. You're starting to realize this is the synchronicities or the, like, coincidences with all everything. And you're like, these aren't actually coincidences. So I'm just confused as to why no one is, like, pointing out that we're in a play and they think this is real life. So it's very, you're kind of, like, going back and forth of, oh no, I can do anything I want. And also being like, but can I? I don't know. Yeah. Okay. 9 of Pentacles. Okay, they make me feel like once you... Okay. They make me feel like once you go through some sort of physical loss, which is what I was talking about in the last one, things are just going to start becoming a lot easier. Things will start moving faster. You'll actually start doing things that you want. You'll have a lot of, like, luxury, a lot of abundance with that 9 of Pentacles. Oh, gosh. And that's when the Tower will happen. So, both of these are very connected. They want me to say you're going to take a lot of steps forward and a lot of steps back because you're kind of in the process of reinventing yourself. Does that make sense? Yeah. Because this is, you have the Tower card, which this is the Tower card from the last thread. The same thing. But you're going to be worried about it changing everything. It's like things are going to be like, oh, this is fine. Everything's good. And then the domino's going to fall over and you're going to be like, never mind. Everything's on fire. And you're going to do that a couple times until you get rid of all the things that are no longer serving you anymore. Because once you go through the spiritual awakening, it's going to be a lot different and you start listening to your intuition. Do you have questions? Dude. Let me know what you guys are eating for dinner because I'm starving. But I have one more reading left. So Sarah, while Vivian asks me questions, let me know what your question is. And you're the last one. And if you guys are interested in like more readings, I'm planning on doing this tomorrow around the same time. But I'm probably not going to use tarot. I'm probably going to do charms, potentially. Charms sound like a fun time. And if you don't know what that is, it kind of is similar to tarot, but I have like charm cast, so I throw these out, and each one of these have different meanings, and that basically just like gives me an overview of the questions you have or your life and things like that. Okay. I also wanted to be, I'm almost wanted to be forced out, but it didn't happen for work. Like, I kept my job when others lost theirs. Is there a specific guide I can communicate with to better focus my mind? I'm sorry. Reading is hard. Let me read that again. I almost wanted to be forced out, but it didn't happen for work. Like, I kept my job when others lost theirs. Is there a specific guide I can communicate with better to focus my mind? You have a guide that's blue. He's the one you have been talking to that has been giving you a lot of answers to a lot of the change that is going on. But he also can't tell you what the change is until after it happens and what's going to, like, how it's going to affect your life. And Sarah, I see you. I see that you want a general reading and a love reading. So, what if I threaten him? He says, with what? I'm sorry. Hopefully he has a sense of humor. He's your spirit guide. Of course he does. He's very sort of catty, know-it-all. He's a Virgo. That's the vibe he gives me. But Sarah, you are interested in a general reading and a love reading. Are you in a relationship now? I like to know because I'm bad with timeline things. What do you think are Vivian's strong suits with her gifts and Claire's? Clear cognizance, which also doesn't help. I am not in a relationship. Okay, great. Give me 1 second. For Vivian, your gifts, you have a lot of claircognizance, and I feel like it's a lot of like talking things out and how it translates to just knowing things. It kind of feels like a light bulb moment in the back of your head, but that's why it's kind of also makes you feel lost because it's hard for you to use. It's hard to learn how to use claircognizance because it feels so passive. It's like a thought that's in like the back of your mind. I feel like you also have a lot of clairsentience, which is very similar to claircognizance and like a similar basis. There's not a lot of like sensory information. It's kind of like, is this happening or is it just me? But Sarah, we'll do love first because you asked for general and love. Okay. The Chariot, 9 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles. You are not in a relationship. Okay, first thing that I should say is, A, future things can change. If you just decided not to leave your house, you would never meet these people. But they make me feel like there's this person that is very sweet in the sense of they put all of their like needs aside to take care of you. I feel like you're going to be in a relationship where someone like wants to take care of you. But prior to that happening, they make me feel like right now your life is kind of moving a lot like forward very fast. And because of that, relationships shouldn't be very much of a like focus. Cause you're figuring out, they like are making me feel like you're putting down a lot of like roots of what you want to do and how you want to define yourself. Because you have the 9 of Swords, which is like, I'm worried about a lot of this movement happening, and I feel like I'm getting swept up in wind, and I don't know where I'm going to end up. But you're like, they're talking about how you're a tree, and how you may feel like effects from the wind, but you are trying to put your roots into the ground to figure out how to not sway, or how not to fall down. So the 9 of Pentacles is putting more physical basis into things. Okay. Ace of Cups. That's when things are going to... Okay. When the dust starts settling and you start putting down roots, that's when this relationship will start happening. And I don't know if it's this relationship or if there's... They make me feel like it's going to be. But, again, future things can change based upon your decisions of things. Because they make me feel like you need to figure out what you want to feel stable. And that's going to help put down roots. And that's when you're going to find this person. King of Pentacles. Yeah, exactly. King of Pentacles represents that stability that I'm talking about. But they say be worried about trying to fit this like perfect narrative. Because they're like, don't sell yourself short. They want me to say, when you get in a relationship like this, it's easy to feel like you have to be the perfect person, but it's like, don't allow this person to make you put yourself in a box. Don't allow them to make you put you in a mold, because you're a person in your dynamic. You don't need to follow a specific role. Because they're like, you have the Emperor card reverse. This is like trying to control the narrative. And then you have the Page of Wands reversed, which is like a lot of like taking someone's spark out of them. It's like you have a lack of idea. You have limiting beliefs. It's not a great thing. It's like, don't allow this person to do everything for you and make you feel like you can't do anything. Five of Wands, you're going to fight internally about it, and then things will change. But you're still just going to be very stuck on logic. 8 of Cups. And you're going to think about leaving the relationship. Yeah, they make me feel like you're going to learn a lot in this next relationship, but it's going to be very much like understanding you need to go into the relationship knowing that if you are taken care of, that you will feel like you have to like repay them in some sort of way, or you feel like, because they like make me feel like you pick up on people and what they like want you to be. So your mom, for example, they have an idea of who you're supposed to be, so you do that. Or your friends, you're someone else. Your coworkers, you're someone else. you have a specific character that you play for each person in your life. So they're like, do not do that in your relationship because that is going to get you stuck in being in this box and feeling as if this other person is on a pedestal and you're not. They're like, that will affect a relationship negatively for you and that will cause it to end. But if that does end up happening, it will give you a lot of insight. Experiencing it is a lot different than me telling it to you. Jesus. Yeah, and I want to clarify again, future things can change. A lot of times I'm told stuff like this, like I literally just got finished talking about. This is a heads up. So it doesn't mean this is going to happen. This is information. So that's love reading. That's what they want me to say about that. You want general reading, we'll give you a general reading. They make me feel like you have so much potential and so many ideas, and you are so worried about how you doing all of those things affect everyone else. Because they define you as that card right there, this Page of Wands. This Page of Wands is usually someone that's at the beginning of their journey. So they don't have a lot of experience, but they have a lot of like leap without looking, like blind faith in the universe. But there is so much fear in your little heart, and they make me feel like it's very much towards other people, where you're like, I have to make the right decision for everyone, not just me. And that's where you're getting caught up in things. And people are seeing that, and you're attracting a lot of like not so great people that want to control that aspect, because they're like, oh, you have a lot of talent, you have a lot of ideas, I like that, so I'm going to project all of my things into you because I want control of that. I want to be more like this. So this like personality that you have is very much like a caretaker for people. So you're like, I want to do and give you everything that you could ever possibly want, but it diminishes you in the process because these people around you are hurting you and these people are trying to take things from you. So flipping this card over and being more true to yourself and being more confident in the fact that you have all of this talent and abilities is going to make you realize that when people take advantage of you, you'll start seeing it. I'm a special needs teacher, so that fits. Okay. So they're talking about long-term reward or success. You're going to learn a lot of lessons. They want me to flip this card back over. So with this card being in reverse, you are doing a lot of different things, and your focus is more future-based, and you're going to learn a lot of lessons that you feel almost not committed to. They're like, you're focused on the here, right now, but reverse that. You're focused more on the future, but you're not focused on the right here and right now, which is why you're missing the lessons. And the lesson is going to cause you to start changing everything. The Six of Swords is it's out with the old, in with the new. Because right now you feel sort of trapped because this is happening, this big change. You're trapped in a lot of your emotions, and you're starting to come into yourself and accept yourself for who they are. I am still new to your content, but do you own and practice with oracle decks or just a traditional tarot readings? Or are they identical and I just worded it poorly? No, you're correct. We do have oracle decks. I'm just not using one today. Here's an oracle deck. So the cards are very different. I'm just doing tarot readings today. But this is the Mirrors deck. You can get that on Etsy, I believe. But that's an oracle deck. There's usually less cards. And usually I would suggest, like, when people want to get into, like, intuitive readings, oracle decks are easier to read with. Do you have questions, Sarah? Has she already restocked the readings? Yes, this is the last reading that I have for today. But we'll be doing readings tomorrow at the same time, 3 p.m. EST. We'll be doing charm readings. Yeah, they say that you don't trust. That is the issue with the page cards here. You want to try everything, but you don't trust that it will end up well. Let me know if you have any questions. But again, for everyone that's just come in or would like readings, I'm probably going to do this tomorrow. I'll let you guys know on Instagram. I'll probably make a thumbnail and like do the thing. But 3 p.m. EST, we'll come back and we'll do some charm readings tomorrow. And I'm also planning on doing this Friday. I might change my mind, but I'm thinking Friday. And then if you guys are new here, we usually do our normal live stream. So Riker will be here on Thursday night. Thursday at 7 p.m. EST. So all of the things. I want to know when things will change in terms of finances and me living on my own. So, first off, I'm bad with timeline stuff, but I'll give you some insight on that. Ace of Wands is you don't really have a direction about how to do that. So, they're like, you need to create a plan. They're like, you can't sit around and allow it to happen because you're just... Okay, they want me to say, with this card, 9 of Swords, being worries, in the 4 of Pentacles, they, like, make me feel like you need to set up a plan about it. Because they're like, unless you say, I'm going to do this when I have this budget, or like figure out the budget, you're not going to do it. And what I mean by that, it's kind of like they're talking about, when you're trying to get out of a certain situation, they're like, give a time frame of how you're going to, like, when you're going to do this. So like, if you're not out of the house between like this date and this date, then we're going to try something else. Or if we get this amount of money for our budget, then we're going to move out. If you don't put those parameters in, your brain's just going to say, I don't know that I have the ability to do that. I don't have enough. I'm not ready. So they're like, you're going to need to leap before you're ready. So you need to put in the requirements of what am I going to be good with. Does that make sense? Riker fully working on the edits like a beast. How much are the charm readings? I haven't figured that out yet. Let me see if they're in here. I don't think I've done charm readings on Ko-Fi before. But they will probably be more than the 45. Hold on, let me see if I've added them. I have them at 50. So it may be 50 or 55, depending. I don't know. I might change that. We'll see how that goes. But it'll be between like 50 to 60 for charm readings. But I'm glad that they're in there, so I don't have to worry about that. Does that make sense? Yeah, it's a matter of me actually initiating and taking charge of it. Yes. So, that was my last reading. It was very nice hanging out with you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed things. But I'm going to go obviously take a walk and eat some food. And then write up some membership posts for you guys. So if you guys want to join memberships, here we go. Nightbot will give you that maybe. But like I said, I'm planning on coming back tomorrow and doing some charm readings. I still have to figure out what I'm doing for those. I'm thinking they're going to be like between $50 and $60. But charm readings are fun. They basically take these and read how they like fall in place and stuff like that. And it gives you a big overview of a lot of details within your life. So it's a bit more detailed than like tarot and stuff like that. So if you're interested in stuff like that, come back tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. All of the things. I don't know. I'm thinking they'll probably be like maybe 10 again, maybe a little less, but I'll let you know in updates for Instagram and YouTube and all of the things. So let me finish putting these in here because that's all my brain saying I have to do right now. But hope you guys liked this. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.